You just saw a few pictures of the World Theater in downtown Kearney. We talked about saving the world, which, being a writer, he had to come up with that great, what do you call it, tagline?
I guess, yeah.
Slogan.
One-liner,
Tagline.
Slogan.
Yeah.
Tell us what saving the world means.
Well, here's the deal. So everyone in at least Kearney, I think, knows the World Theater. And it's sort of famous for being this dumpy, sad, not very loved place. It's built in, I think, 1927. It's part of the Masonic Temple. And it's where I fell in love with movies. You know, I remember going to Rocky III and The Empire Strikes Back and all these movies at this place. And what I want to see happen is go in there. We put together a nonprofit group. And we have a great board. It's Dan Spears, Mark Loescher, Jane Meyer, Carla Steele, I'm trying to think, Walter Martin, Brad Drimmel. There's this sort of community group that we put together that we want to go in and clean the place up, give it a little love, knock down there's this hideous wall right down the center of the theater. And, you know, all the chairs sort of face the wrong way because of that. The sound's terrible. But we want to go in and clean it up and turn it into a nonprofit art house, basically. Show movies that the people in the community want to see, not necessarily the movies that Hollywood says, hey, this is what's coming out this week. So have them, you know, if it's cruise night, let's watch American Graffiti or Smokey and the Bandit. You know, if it's Christmas, let's see It's a Wonderful Life. And also do church services, do community meetings, do, you know, sort of open it up to have it be a community space. And repurpose it, because it's sort of, it's this dinosaur right now on Main Street that's sort of sad looking, and I don't think it's going to take a lot to get it, well, it might take a lot of elbow grease, but I think at least my enthusiasm's there to get it reopened. I mean, you look at these photos, this one's actually more 60s, but some of these older photos from the 20s are just like, it's a really cool place. It was a magical place. You know, it was like a
piece of history.
My husband is from Kearney, and when I told him about this project, he goes, yeah, we need to help out and be a part of that. So there's probably a lot of people that they have a love for film, whether they're a film writer or not.
I think so, yeah.
How do they help? What's the financial need to save the world?
We're still putting it together.
Okay.
Well, I can't tell you specifically what it is. We're still trying to figure it out. I know we're going to have to go out and sit on couches and beat the drum and sort of raise some money, you know. But I think the idea is if we build something that is community-based, that's reasonably inexpensive to get in, you know, $3 for a movie, $4 for a movie.
And who wouldn't want that?
A couple bucks for, you know.
Sometimes the cheaper movie.
Maybe you could have people giving, you can give them a Hollywood star out in the front.
Why
of the
not,
booth.
right? A couple handprints out front, you know.
That's it. You can have your own moment.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, but the idea is that everyone knows that popcorn doesn't cost $8 for a bucket, and it's ridiculous. So let's have a community place, programs movies that we want to see, have people write a review about, hey, I remember when I saw The Graduate in 1969. Here's why it's a great movie and it moved me. Show it on Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, you know. So that's sort of the idea. We want to get it reopened.
When are you thinking, if the funds come together, when are you hoping to get this going?
I'd love to see it open by Memorial Day of next year, you know, next summer, a year from now, basically.
That is
the hope.
Now, here's another question on a side note. If you get this done, and some of these movies, right? You're working on a few projects. Right. I don't know if you want to name what they are.
Sure. Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm working on. I don't know that these would end up there. Maybe I'll rent the theater. And,
there you go.
You know, show them. Yeah, I finished a script recently called Ski Nebraska.
Yeah.
Sort of a. It's a little more of a comedy.
Fargo?
It's not. There's no. Yeah, it's a little more Fargo. Exactly. Sort of a Harold and Maude road trip type movie. So I just finished this, and it's about a driver's ed instructor from Lexington, Nebraska, who wrecks the driver's ed car and ends up having to. Go pick up the new driver's ed car in Portland, and on his way there, the plane that everyone thinks he's on, the little Buddy Holly Carney plane, goes down, and he's on this other flight, and everyone thinks he's dead, so he's got this new car, cruising around, deciding if he wants to go back to his life.
That sounds cute.
So, yeah, not a thriller,
You
very
need to
different.
here at the World.
Well, all right, I'll do it. Let's get it cleaned up, and I'll do that, yeah.
I'm putting him on the spot. So if people want to donate, though, because it's going to cost money, and I'm assuming we're talking hundreds of thousands, probably.
Yeah.
So if you want to give, you can give to the World, and if you come out with ways that you're going to, you know, earmark those donors, then they'll be in that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'll plug the website. Is The World Theater, TheAtre.org.
And we have it
right there on the bottom of your screen.
Yeah. So theworldtheater.org. So yeah, check that out. It's a new website. It's just going up, and we just want to start talking to people about them, let them know what's going on. You know, I think there's a lot of excitement.
A lot of people would be excited.
Yeah.
Thank you, John, so much for coming in. So
Thank you for having me.
isn't he?
Yeah,
You're going to have to come back.
Interesting in a good way.
I'll be back. Absolutely.
You promise?
Cool. Why not?
Awesome. Ask Mon Air, you can't back out.
Right after the break, we are headed over to the kitchen. We're going to make some bison.